Hey, my name is Peter van Sale and welcome to this case study. What we're going to be doing is taking a look behind the scenes of my Black Friday, Cyber Monday sale. We generated, nearly $47,000 over the weekend, and that was across two stores. Now, what I want to show you is basically a way that you can structure these campaigns that's going to help keep your ad spend down and get your revenue up. And this is a really good way to generate a lot of money for yourself. Now, just taking a look at some of the screenshots from that period, you can see it's from the 25th of November to the 28th. The 25th was Black Friday, and the 28th was Cyber Monday. And you can see from the first screenshot, the $28,000 one, that on the Cyber Monday, we actually really had a huge day, and that was over 10 grand in sales, which is pretty special. And this is how we did it. So what I want to talk to you first about is what I'd like you to do with this case study. So don't just watch this and put it away and forget about it. I'd like you to actually take action on this, because this is something you can use in your own business to drum up money anytime you really want. It doesn't have to be for Black Friday or Cyber Monday. You just need to find an excuse to run a sale over 3 or 4 days, and you can make a lot of money. So this works in any market. I don't know what niche you're in, but this does work in any market. Take notes, take action, and this is specifically designed to keep your ad spend low and your profits high. So that's the idea behind this, and you can run it literally next weekend if you wanted to. So there are effectively 4 parts to this strategy. The first one is your Facebook ads, right? And we're going to look at all of these in more detail in a second. The next one is your retargeting campaigns. Then there's an email sequence, and then there is a social media campaign. Now, with the social media campaigns, I truly feel that a lot of people ignore this or don't put too much weight on that. The reason being is that Facebook has drastically decreased the reach from fan pages, so you don't really get bang for your buck like you did a few years ago. But I'll show you a little bit later that how you can use the limited reach to your advantage, and how you can really use that in your campaign. So first of all, before we get into the ads, let's have a look at the ad spend. Both of these shops are hovering around 5 grand for the weekend. So 5 grand in and 28 grand out. That was a really great return. In hindsight, maybe I wouldn't have spent so much money on the days in the middle of the sale. I honestly thought that Black Friday was going to be bigger than Cyber Monday. It turned out to be the other way around. And the 2 days in the middle weren't quite as big as I'd anticipated they would be. But this is something that I know for next time for Black Friday and Cyber Monday. Okay, so there are effectively 2 types of ads that you're going to be running. Okay. So number one is your long running ads. Okay, these are ads that you're running right now. You're making money with, there's no point in turning those off and just running specialized ads for the sale. All right. Now, what happens is that these ads that have been running for a while, you're making money off of them. What you want to do is tell those people about the special, but you don't want to find yourself changing the ad, because as soon as you change the ad, it kind of converts it into a new ad, and you lose all your social proof, right? So that's not what we want to do. So what you do, the way to fix that is when you send people to your page, the way you've been doing it, or to the product page, you create a notification. So the notification bar that I'm using at the moment is called the nudge notification bar. And you can set that to pop up as soon as someone reaches your page, and it displays a little message. So enter the coupon code Black Friday to get 30% off your sale, kind of thing, right? So that means you don't have to notify them at the ad level of the sale. You can actually notify them when they get to your site. And don't be afraid to up your budget on some of your long-running ads. If they start converting with your sale and you're making even more sales, we highly recommend that you start pumping that and putting that budget up to make as much money as you can. Now, the other type of ads you're going to do is deal-specific ads. So what I did for Black Friday and Cyber Monday is I kind of try to treat them as 2 different sales, and it's double the work, sure, but it really did help and it really worked well. So my coupon code for Black Friday was different from my coupon code for Cyber Monday, for example. So it's 2 separate campaigns, and I had the ads all ready to go, and when Black Friday was over, I turned those ones off, and when Cyber Monday started, I turned those ones on. Okay, so it's very easy to do. What I might have done, looking back, is maybe run the ads for a few days before, just to give them a little bit of a little bit of a run, rather than turn them on at the stroke of midnight on Black Friday and just hope to the Facebook guys that they're going to send me some really, really great traffic. And then what I did was I broke up my ads into different percentages based on Facebook's business objectives, right? So what I thought was 20% of the traffic needs to be clicked to websites, 10% needs to be page post engagement as a business objective, and 70% needs to be for website conversions. Now, most of the time when running Facebook ads, if you have got an established site, an established Facebook pixel, you're going to want to be running your website conversions. That just is the the best optimized sort of campaign that you can have in Facebook. But what I like to do is kind of mix it up, because you don't want to only be running one business objective. You would like to try and reach more people on Facebook. So even if it's a small percentage of your overall campaign reach, I highly recommend that you keep testing out clicks to website as a business objective, as well as page post engagement. Okay, so that's kind of the way that we did the ads, and it worked very well. Now, the ads themselves did well, but the retargeting really does help to grab people who didn't buy the first time, and who you want to, or who have seen your site before, and you would like to kind of, show ads to them. So the way I do that is, first of all, multi-image ads. So you display 5 of your top selling products as a multi-image ad, right? So it's very easy to do. The big thing is that when you retarget these guys, what you want to do is retarget your main retargeting audience. So that means everyone that's gone to your site, because you're trying to get your sale out in front of people who are already aware of your business, because maybe they bought from you before, they've had a great experience, or they've been waiting for that moment where you've got a deal going that they're going to buy from you. So you want them to know about your Black Friday sale. The other one is my favorite audience of all, is a lookalike audience based on people who have bought 2 or more products. Okay, so if you're running Shopify, you can actually go into your customers and you can see people who have bought have bought 2 or more times from you in the past, right? So what you do is then download that as an Excel spreadsheet. You upload it into Facebook as a custom audience. And once you do that, Facebook will ask you if you want to create a lookalike audience from that. Hands down, that audience converts better than any other audience I have and I use, right? So I highly recommend that you try that. Even maybe you don't have a well-established shop and you're kind of just getting started and have made a few sales. It's definitely worth your while testing that out with your customers. Take your customer list and create a lookalike audience from them. Okay, so the next one I like to do is a single image ad to categories. This is very, very effective. Okay, so let's say that you run an apparel shop, and in that apparel shop you sell hoodies, you sell jackets, you sell t-shirts, and you sell caps. Okay, what you want to do is send people to the caps. Okay, so buy a cap from us, 30% off. Use this coupon code, right? And you'll have a nice image of maybe showcasing 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 of your caps. And then they can click on it, and then they actually go to the category page where there's a big listing of caps. So what you're kind of doing is not showing them one specific product where they have to like that to buy. You're kind of showing them a vast array of products, all these different things that you have, and you're saying, okay, well, why don't you come to our shop? You can browse through and you can find something that you like. Okay, and that works very, very well. So rather than just zeroing in on one, you can zero in on an entire category. And this also works for sub niches, right? So let's pretend you have a pet store, okay, and you're selling to different breeds. You can send people to the pit bull category, right? And then they can see all your different pit bull products and they can choose what they want. And lastly, dynamic product ads. If you're not using these, I highly recommend you get started. Basically, what happens is you upload a catalog of your store up into Facebook. So they have all your products kind of in their store. When someone comes to your site and leaves, then you have an ad that shows the last product that they're looking at or the products that they had been looking at. Okay, it's kind of like if you, I don't know if you've ever gone to try and book a flight, right? And you've put in, let's say, I want to go from Sydney to Los Angeles, and I don't buy it, right? And then I go and look at my favorite sites that have got Google ads on them, and all of a sudden it's Sydney to Los Angeles. They've actually got the flight that I was looking at right there. It's the same sort of idea. It's pretty freaky, pretty spooky, but it's very, very effective. The one thing I will say with your dynamic product ads, and this is a really good trick, and you should really do this, is make sure that your ad copy always reflects the sale, right? So if you're holding a sale, you want the people who are being retargeted to see that there is a sale. So just always change and make sure that it's very clear that that this is the amount of money that they can get off. All right, so the next one is your email sequences. Now, this is a huge part of what we do here at Scale Up E-commerce is email marketing, right? It's one of the most important parts of an entire business, right? And especially if you've done online marketing for any length of time, you'll know that everyone always says the money's in the list. And that is so the case with e-commerce, because once you start to build your buyers list, you immediately get a really good chance to start to scale your business and grow it substantially without spending much more money on advertising. Okay, so the first thing I always do with these sales is I change my abandoned cart emails, right? Remind them about the sale, right? Remind them about the sale, because if someone comes to your website, adds something to cart and leaves, we want them to be sent an email 2 hours later, and then 6 hours later, and then maybe a day later, and remind them about the sale that you're holding. Don't forget to turn this off afterwards, because when it comes to abandoned cart emails, you don't really want to be giving away discounts right at the beginning, because quite often people will just come back and buy from you anyway. But when you're holding the sale, that's going to drastically help push up your abandoned cart or push down your abandoned cart rates, and you'll see a much higher conversion rate. So display the coupon code loud and proud, right? So let's take a look at the email sequence. Day one, basically this is the big email to announce that it's a Black Friday sale, right? So you can afford to be hypey here, right? I don't like sending out hypey emails, but if you go back and look at your inbox from Black Friday sales, you'll notice how many people are super over the top. Our biggest sale ever starts now. People like that. People are excited. Think about people lining up at Walmart or Target for 2 days before the sale in the freezing cold, and that excitement when Black Friday starts and they burst through the doors. That's the kind of thing you're trying to channel, right? So big thing to remember with your Black Friday sale is showcase your top sellers, right? What you want to do is put your best foot forward. You don't want to showcase unproven products, if that makes sense, right? We don't want to showcase unproven products because we don't know if that people are going to like them or if they're going to sell. So you always just push your best sellers right to the front. You want to sell as many of those as possible. And if you have them, add 2 to 3 of your best testimonials. Here's a little trick that I think works very, very well, and that you should really try with these testimonials. Now, remember, if you are selling through Facebook, right, mainly selling through Facebook, people come to your website because they clicked on an ad in Facebook. So what we like to do in our emails is put images of testimonials that come from Facebook. So people see the familiarity of where they've bought from or where they've come from. And they might even see their own testimonial there, right? So you could even do things that if you don't have many sales, what you can say is look for comments when people said, wow, this looks awesome. Wow, great product. You always get people who will comment like that and tagging their friends and stuff. You can even use those as your emails, okay? So this is basically the way we do our first email. Okay, now, with my Black Friday sale, in hindsight, I probably wouldn't have hit them too hard with emails on day 2 and 3. The sales just weren't there. The excitement just wasn't there. However, if you're running a sale next weekend using this system, right? Days 2 and 3, basically the best way to do those is to send emails of what's sold the day before. So your best sellers, right? And just keep pushing those. Keep putting testimonials, social proof into your emails. Even send them to your Facebook page to comment on something. Get them involved, right? So this is what we did on days 2 and 3, and it wasn't as effective as I'd hoped. However, on day 4 is the Cyber Monday sale, and this is our biggest sale of all. Okay, this is the biggest day of all, probably the biggest day of the year if I look back. This is similar to day 1, but we showcased the main products that sold over the weekend, right? So I went and looked at everything that sold on Black Friday, and then the Saturday and the Sunday, and then I made a list of those and I put those into an email, right? Now, the best part about Cyber Monday is you can use urgency, right? So basically you can put an end time on the sale. So on Black Friday, you can't really do that because you're kind of talking rubbish, because if you say that it's the end of the sale, there's still another 3 days to go, right? But now you can say, this is our biggest ever sale. This ends at midnight. You know, don't miss out, right? You're going to miss out on the sale. Don't miss out. Buy now, right? Optional, this is very, very effective and works very well. Offer a bonus for buying today. Now, what I like to do sometimes, I didn't do it in this particular occasion, is let's say we're in the apparel business and we're selling apparel. Right at the end of a sale, I'll say, you know, every single order gets a free decal, you know, value $9.99, or every single order gets something for free. What that does is it pushes a lot of people over the edge to buy from you. However, what you need to just realize is that you might get people who have bought the previous 3 days that are going to get a little bit grumpy with you because, you know, they wanted that sale too. So the way around that is to say everyone who's bought up until from the sale gets the free decal, right? And everyone's going to get it from now on. This works very, very well. And optional but recommended, email 6 hours before it ends. Okay, so basically on my ads account and my sales account, or all of my sales end at midnight Pacific time in the US, right? So at 6 p.m. Pacific time in the US, I'll send out another email, just say, listen, this is about to end. You better hurry. Get your products now at the biggest discount that we've ever done. And that works very, very well. So don't be scared to send that email. It's a little bit pushy. I know it's a little bit pushy, but it's very, very effective. And then lastly is a social media campaign. So I don't know why more people don't do this. Instagram and Facebook are a great way to, you know, get your message out there. I've analyzed a lot of big businesses with their Black Friday sales, and they don't really do it well. Basically, we were posting at least 5 times a day on Facebook. And when I say posting, I mean what we're doing is we're adding images of products, you know, of our best-selling products. Hurry, this is for sale now, you know, get yours here. And maybe the reach isn't as great as it could be, but what we can do then is boost them. Okay, so if you remember when I was speaking about our ad spend, 10% goes to page post engagement, and that's effectively a boosted post. So what we do is we put aside some ad budget for that particular for the page post engagement stuff, so that we can boost our posts and get them going sort of viral, right? And the other one is post at least 8 times a day on Instagram, because Instagram's actually got a lot more reach than Facebook. And you'll find that if you're building up your Instagram accounts for your business, you'll find that when you post for free, exactly, you just post on your Instagram page, a lot more of your customers are going to see that post, right? So don't be afraid to post as much as you can, and post a lot of products, especially when you're running these sales, and then boost posts that get some action. So if you see one post gets a lot more response from your customers, it means that it's struck a chord and they like it, so you can go and boost that post. Okay, cool. So I hope that was helpful. Thanks for taking the time to watch this. If you want to get more case studies and more free training for your e-commerce and help you scale your business up to the next level, feel free to sign up to my email list, and we'll send you some free training. Okay, we'll talk to you soon. All right, bye.